Only elite racing drivers get to experience routinely 3 or 4 Gs. The rest of us can only dream. Or maybe not. What you're about to see is quite possibly insane, pathologically crazy, but cool. But certainly crazy. It's one of the most profoundly comfort zone obliterating experiences you'll ever have. There is one other way to feel those insane elite motor racing G-loads. A cheaper way, much more accessible. You can afford it. All you need to do is find a bloke who's prepared to take someone like you or me, who's probably never flown an aircraft before, and teach you how to do aerobatics in under 30 minutes. How hard can it be? Pete Townsend is the chief flying instructor of the Australian Aerobatic Academy. He says while it might seem counterintuitive, there are good reasons to kick off one's career as a pilot upside down.
The reason we loop and roll on lesson 1 is it takes away the preconceived notions that aeroplanes can be dangerous if mishandled. It takes away the notion of if you roll past 60 degrees of bank, say, the aeroplane's going to do something untoward or unfamiliar. To fly very accurately takes a lot of finesse and a lot of talent, and that comes with experience. But to go out and loop and roll on lesson 1 and say, hey, there's nothing in this aeroplane that's going to hurt you, provided you know how to control it. If I can teach you the limit of controllability in lesson 1, then everything else is a piece of cake.
Apparently, anyone can be taught to loop and roll in under 30 minutes.
Higher prop! So pointing all the way down the end of the runway, I want you to pick a tree right off the end of the centre line there. Yep. And look at that, because that's where you're going to go until we get flying speed. Alright. Feet where they are. I want you to put the throttle in all the way. And keep it straight looking at that tree. Cool. Revs are good. Keep it nice and straight with your feet. Now when you hit the magic number of 60 knots, I want you to bring the stick back about 2 inches and hold it there. 60 knots, 2 inches back, and hold it there. Cool. Ease the stick forward a shade. Forward a shade more.
Runway left, clear touch.
Good. Pipe's coming up. Keep the wings level. Wow, there you go, you just took off.
India.
That's all right, get some G on. Good. Hold the stick in that position. It'll get light over the top, don't keep bringing it back. Good. Lock on that position there, don't let it come forward. Okay, nose up, up, release, roll.
And you're doing nothing, as proved by that hand movement.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Have that wrapped and sent to my suite. That is, oh, mate.
And that's effects and controls 101.
Oh, don't tease me. That is flat out amazing.
Awesome. Alrighty, well, you can take me home.
Okay.
But to do so, we need to turn around.
Yep.
I'll show you my favourite, stall turn.
Beautiful.
Stall turns are nice.
Okay.
Okay, taking over.
Handing over.
Charlie, just confirm score code 04.
Follow me through if you like. Now I'll be using everything here, stick, rudder, throttle, the works.
Yeah.
So we pull to the vertical.
Okay.
Have a look off your left. We wait till she runs out of speed in about 4 seconds. And then we kick around with the rudder.
Oh, yes! Oh, that is... Oh, here comes the G.
Alright, take it nice and easy. Oh. And if you want to be really, really lame, you can just do a huge, big barrel roll like so.
Oh, that's so gentle.
Yep. So you can be as gentle or as positive as you like.
Never mind, Charlie, you're identified, verify.
Aerobatics doesn't have to be rough and tumble competition style. It can be very, very smooth.
That is... Oh, mate, that's unbelievable.
It's all horses for courses. That's all it is.
If you drove a car the way you fly an aerobatic plane, 2 things. It would fall apart in a couple of weeks and you'd be frog-marched off the set in handcuffs every time, and quite possibly even sent to Australia on a square rigger. Aerobatics is where sensory overload and the need for crystal clear awareness collide. It occurs completely in the moment, and just like motor racing, there are consequences if you get it horribly wrong. You're a long way up and the ground is very, very hard. But aerobatics is not only about adrenaline, fun and precision. Aerobatic training makes sense, just like advanced driving. Here's Pete.
The reason aerobatic pilots make better general pilots is, well, number one, they've seen the whole upside down situation, whereas 99% of pilots haven't. So their initial reaction to that is the same reaction I had when I first did a loop, which is and that reaction time can mean the difference between life and death at low level. So if you put an aerobatic pilot into a straight and level machine, he knows exactly what that aircraft can and can't do. And he can fly it to the limits, even though it may not be designed to do so.
So, we're still up here, and while takeoff is optional, landing is mandatory. And only one of us knows how to do that. So why the hell is Pete handing me the stick?
Okay, keep your head nice and centered. And handing over. Taking over. Okay, come up a shade. Just a shade, just small movements. That's away.
6, cleared visual approach from my right, number 1.
Clear visual, looking good. Keep it coming down. Keep it coming down. Into the middle of the runway, up a shade. Just aim to the right a bit. That's away. Keep it coming down to the left a bit. Level flight now. Had to help you there. Yeah. I'm happy about that. Close. Wow. The trick is picking that rate of closure. My aeroplane. Your aeroplane. Now, having said that, we live, and the aeroplanes are reusable. Absolutely. And that said, the only help I did was, just at that last little bit, just gave you a bit of a tweak. Yeah, that was all it was.
Flying aerobatics is amazing. It's flying like you stole it. Clark Kent feels this way when he steps out of the phone box wearing this stupid red and blue spandex jumpsuit from Krypton. Pete Townsend is a good teacher and a great bloke. And brave, letting someone like me land an aircraft. I would not let me do that. That's insane. $300 for an hour of that is the adrenaline overdose bargain of the decade. The airframe will deliver +6 and -3 Gs on command, and you experience +4 and 0 in less than 1. It's awesome and cheap, especially compared with motor racing. It's $15,000 a year for 1 hour a week of insane G-loads with no speed cameras and no cops. Spend the first year getting fully qualified, it'll cost you 20 grand. Not exactly chicken feed, but hardly an elite motor racing budget either. Aerobatics is Fantasyland come true. You do aerobatics in heaven, guaranteed. And in hell, everyone does aerobatics, except you. If Miranda Kerr phones me later and says, "Hi, I've been wanting us to get together, you and me, come up and see my etchings," I'll be saying, "Sorry, baby, gotta fly." Aerobatics is that good. Autoexpert.com.au for all the details. I'm John Cadogan. Thanks for watching.